But within like 2 minutes, I heard the sirens and I was like, oh, they're coming for me, girl.
Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser.
Hello, friends. It is Thursday, I believe. I started vlogging this morning. Whew, hi, friends. It's been quite some time since I've sat here in front of the camera. Let me just explain what... No, I don't feel like doing this right now. Because I filmed a bunch of videos this morning that I was way behind on because of the whole... I was in the hospital for a couple days. I could talk about that later if you guys are interested. I'm still recovering from everything. I'm still, I'm still on antibiotics for one of the reasons that I was there, which... Actually, I went there for one reason, right? And then they found out that I had a UTI, so now I'm on antibiotics for that, but... Yeah, I just got home for the day. It's like 7, I believe. I had a really busy day today just because, well, Tuesday I was in the hospital. Monday, Tuesday I was in the hospital. And then yesterday I was like dead, like I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna show you what I got from Target. While I was at Target, by the way, a lady came up to me and was like, hey, do you happen to be a model or an influencer? And I was like, yes, I actually happen to be both of those things. And she offered me like $2,000 worth of spa services, which includes laser hair removal, facials, hair treatments, and blowouts. There's like 6 services that it comes with. I can't remember the other 3, but I was like, yeah. And so that was great. That was great karma. Also, went to Whole Foods on my way home and grabbed a heavy ass meal that would have cost $21. And the guy was like, that's impressive. I'm just gonna let you take that. And I was like, universe, like, you've been shitting on me for so long consistently, and like finally today 2 good things. Actually, that'd be 3 good things. So yeah, I got white strips that I'm gonna try out because every time I try out white strips they don't work, but these are for sensitive teeth. I know my teeth are pretty white as it is, but I just want to see if I can whiten them because I never have really before. I got this because it was on sale. It's Keratin Complete Infusion. It's good for your hair. A giant ass pumpkin candle. It's vanilla pumpkin. And that is because I go through a candle every single day. I'm not kidding you. But that's because I have like the little ones. But like this, this baby's gonna last me some time. And this is a good quality candle and it smells so good. This silvery blue hair dye that I was planning on using tonight, but then one of you guys DM'd me, or someone that follows me on Instagram DM'd me and was like, hey, I own this like organic hair coloring business and I'm gonna send you all of our colors. And I was like, dope, that's awesome. But all of those colors are kind of more like intense, like purple, blue, pink. Like this would just be like, this is smoky blue. But I wouldn't leave it on for the full time because I just want to like tone my hair because it starts to look yellow, you know? And I use purple shampoo, I use purple conditioner. In fact, I bought more purple shampoo. I bought this lash booster, which was $40 for some weird reason, so it better work. Oh, it's not even, oh, that's weird. It's like a brush. And everything is in French. All the instructions are in French, so I have literally no idea. Target now carries like all these French bougie products, and I don't know. It's a birthday cake bath bomb. There's a bunch of them in here. But they're vegan, so I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then this, which I've been meaning to get for a long time, but I just keep forgetting every time I go to Target. You Are a Badass at Making Money. I have read You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and it is amazing. It's a great book. You should really read it. And this is her second book that she came out with, and it's about making money. And so I'm really interested. Yeah, I'm just really interested in reading this, and I'll let you guys know how I like it. I'll probably finish it like tonight or tomorrow. I also got this exfoliating thing because I have, from being at the hospital, I have these marks all over me. I have the mark from my IV. I have just like, I haven't self-tanned in like a month, so I'm just like splotchy AF. Like, I don't know if my camera's even gonna pick it up, but I'm like scaly. So I'm gonna exfoliate all the self-tan off of my body. My legs look ridiculous. And then I'm not gonna self-tan for a while. I'm just gonna go natural, because I mean, this is my color right now. I'm like, I'm not pale, I'm not tan, I'm just kind of like, this is my natural color. It's like olivey, but whatever. Yes, that is what I got from Target. I have a lot of catching up to do. I have 3 videos to edit to send out to brands, and then 1 for an app that I'm working on. And then I have to, yeah, holy shit, I have a lot to do tonight. Also, oh my gosh, might as well talk about this now. I released merch and I'm so excited about it. I'm seriously so excited about it. As of now, there are 4 different designs, and each design comes with a t-shirt or a hoodie or a crew neck or a v-neck. There's different types, but I'll link that down below. You can go check it out. I'm so excited. I'm so happy with how they turned out. I haven't seen them in person yet. They're being shipped to me right now. But I'm so excited. And then also, for those of you that live in the area, Southern California area at all, I want to do a shoot with you guys. I want people of all different shapes, sizes, colors, male, female, like whoever, like young, old, literally anyone. And I want to do a shoot with all of you guys. So if you're interested and that applies to you, which basically if you live in this area and that applies to you, comment down below or message me on Instagram, or you guys know where to find me, because I'm going to be setting that up as soon as I get my merch and then as soon as I get the next shipment. So excitement. Okay. Oh, my legs, I was sitting on them for too long. My hair is bluish, silverish, purplish. I'm not really sure. I literally put it on and rinsed it off immediately with no downtime, and it still came out this pigmented. So that just goes to show how freaking white my hair was before. But I do like it. I don't love it, but that's fine. We all know I'm gonna change it soon anyway. I think it looks cool with my eyes, and it will look cool when I get a tan going, because last night I scrubbed off all of my tan, so I'm a little pasty bench now. I am having issues with my stomach still. So the reason I had to call 911 on myself was I was just laying in bed after I had eaten dinner and I had eaten some ice cream, and all of a sudden my stomach started getting really, really big, like, and not just like a little bit bloated. I'm not kidding you guys, it was scary big, and it hurt because it was stretched so far. And then I started getting the most intense pains in my stomach that I've ever had in my entire life, which is really saying something because I've had a lot of stomach problems. I've had kidney stones, I've had ulcers, I've had Crohn's flare-ups. This was like literally no other pain in my entire life. I never make noise. Like when I'm in pain, like sometimes I'll like cry quietly, but I was moaning, I was like screaming, I could not get comfortable. It was the most painful thing ever. I texted Keenan and told him what was up. He called me and he was like, I'm on my way, but he lives like 2 hours away, right? He's like, I'm on my way, I'm taking you to the emergency room. And at that moment, it's starting to get so bad that I literally, I'm not even exaggerating you guys, I thought I was going to die, or at least pass out, because I could not take the pain. I couldn't take it. So I call my mom. I can't even get words out. I'm just like moaning and screaming. She's like, we're gonna call an ambulance to come to your apartment. I could have had someone come take me to the emergency room, but like with the emergency room, I've had times where I've had to wait like 13 hours there, so I was not about to do that. And my parents are always like, don't call an ambulance, that's expensive. Don't call 911, that's expensive. But like they were so freaked out that they're like, we're gonna call an ambulance for you. So they tried to do that. They couldn't figure it out, so they're like, you need to call 911 right now. So I call 911 from my cell phone. I'm like, I need an ambulance. I'm like screaming. I was on hold, by the way, twice. I got put on hold twice. It probably took 10 minutes for them to be like, okay, when ambulance is on the way. And so within probably 5 minutes, actually, well, within like 2 minutes, I heard the sirens and I was like, oh, they're coming for me, girl. But then within like 5 minutes, they were there. They knocked on my door. It was unlocked. I'm like, come in, come in, come in. I'm like screaming, come in. They weren't coming in, so I had to like slither over to my door, open it. There's like 8 EMTs there. I think there was a fire truck, because when you call 911 they just like send everyone, even though I said I just need an ambulance. So there's tons of people. I don't really know. I'm kind of like blacked out at this point. They're asking me all these questions. They keep asking me how tall I am, how much I weigh. I'm like, dude, do you see my fucking stomach? Like, I think this is more important right now. I get in the gurney and wheeled out of my apartment complex. Literally, this is a show at this point. Like, everyone is outside watching, and it's whatever. I don't even care. We go through my apartment complex. It's bumpy. I'm like, oh, I'm like moaning, screaming. I don't even freaking know what noises I was making. And so we get into the ambulance. We're on the way to a hospital that I've never been to before, but it was like a close one, I guess. The EMTs are pretty much useless to me because they are not helping me whatsoever with anything. They just keep asking, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? They must have asked me like 10 times, like a different person. And I'm like, does anyone care like what's happening right now? So they asked me where my pain is, and I tell them in my stomach, or I point to my stomach or whatever, and the guy lifts up the blanket that they had on top of me and pulls up my shirt, and he's like, well, we didn't know you were pregnant. And I'm like, I'm not pregnant. My stomach is just looking like this right now. I don't know what's happening. So we finally get to the hospital, the emergency room. I'm waiting in the hallway for probably 20 minutes because there's no rooms available. And I am just screaming. Like, I am that person in the hospital that's so annoying. And now I understand, like, because I'm not a screamer normally. I'm not someone that like moans and make noises, but I was in so much pain. I kid you not, like when I was on the phone with Keenan, he was freaking out. My mom was freaking out, like they did not sleep that night. I finally get into a room. About 5 minutes after I get into the room, I see Keenan like run in. He got there really freaking fast. Normally it's like a 2-hour drive. We got there in like an hour, I feel. I don't really know. It felt like it was 6 hours, but I don't think it was that long. So I get into the room and then I'm still in pain for like an hour, like screaming pain, and then they finally give me some morphine, which helps a little bit, but not really. Then I get a CT scan. Then I get Dilaudid because the morphine didn't really help. Then I'm starting to feel a little better, but my stomach is still giant. They get the results back of the CT scan and it showed that my intestines are extremely swollen, or like 6 times the size of intestines that they should be. And they basically say we need to do another CT scan with contrast this time, which is like this really gross stuff that you have to drink. The first one I had the iodine injection, which I've had a billion times. I've also drank the barium stuff a billion times, but for some reason I had to drink like a whole liter of it, and normally it's just like a little cup. But I made Keenan pour some out because I was like, dude, I'm not drinking all that. And so anyway, I get the second CT scan with the barium contrast, and as we're waiting for the results, they're like, you need to prepare yourself for surgery, because they thought that like I was gonna need surgery because something was so wrong with my intestines. And so I'm freaking out. I'm like, I cannot get another surgery. Like, you know, I've had so many surgeries. Surgery on your intestines is there's always a lot of bad side effects. You can have gallbladder problems. You can end up, like I could probably end up having a Crohn's flare-up if they were to open up my intestines because they would be so irritated. So they're like, okay, prepare yourself for the possibility of surgery, blah, 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 blah. And so we get the CT scan results back, I think. I can't remember in what order this was happening, but basically either before or after they said we need to admit you to the hospital. Did not want to do. I was like, I don't want to be admitted. There's no way in hell. But like I called my mom. It's like 3 a.m. at this point, and Keenan and everyone's like, you need to be admitted. Like you're just gonna go home and end up back at the ER. So I'm like, okay. Like I stopped being stubborn, or like I'm a very stubborn hospital patient now because, you know, I've spent like 3 years of my life in hospitals, and I know all the bullshit that they pull. I know a lot about like how their systems work, but I actually did need to be admitted at this point, I will admit, because I was not well to go out. Obviously, I was not ready to leave. It's like 3 a.m. when they tell me that they're preparing a room for me, and so at like 5 a.m. Keenan and I fall asleep. He's on a chair, I'm on my hospital bed, obviously. At 7 a.m. we get woken up and say, hey, we're gonna move you to the hospital, which is like upstairs. Oh, also, meanwhile, before I got admitted to the hospital, Jesus Christ, so much happened. My nurse goes, so we got your blood results back and your urine results back, and you also have a UTI. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I had no symptoms of UTI. I've never had a UTI, but I had no symptoms, like no burning, no bleeding, no, like nothing. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, she's like, yeah, your blood showed an infection. And I'm like, well, maybe the infection is somewhere else. And she's like, well, it's most likely a UTI, right? So I'm like, okay, I guess. And so she's like, we're gonna put some antibiotics in your IV to start treating your UTI. So they do that, and then about a half hour later is when they start to take us upstairs to the hospital. And on our way to the hospital, okay, let me just tell you something first, little background. I've said this before, but just in case you're new here, I am not someone that throws up. I think I've thrown up maybe 3 or 4 times in my entire life, and it's always been like because I had like a nasty stomach flu or something. Like I've had alcohol poisoning, didn't throw up. I just like, I don't throw up. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm someone that just like shits a lot, right? So we're wheeling upstairs to the hospital, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, do you have a bag back there? Like the person that's wheeling me, I'm like, do you have a bag? Because I feel like I'm gonna throw up, but I'm not really sure because I don't throw up. And they're like, no, we don't have a bag. And so we're wheeling to my room, literally like so close to it. And they stop for a second to go like into the hallway to press the button to open the doors. And I just, I'm in a wheelchair. I look over to the side and just, and I just like, I'm dry heaving, and then I just like vomit twice on the floor. And then the lady comes back and I'm just like, I just threw up right there. So I get into my room, and over the course of the next 2 hours I throw up like 2 more times. One of the times was while I was down getting an x-ray, and I'm throwing up into my little, you know, the little pink bucket that they give you. And the guy's just like, okay, like I get into the room and I'm like puking, and the guy's like, okay, we're ready for you. And I'm like, 1 second, like throwing up here. And the worst part is I was throwing up the Chipotle that I had the night before, so it's like spicy. It's like just gross looking. It tastes awful. And I'm not someone that's used to throwing up, and so for me it's like terrible. It's like the worst thing ever. I hate throwing up. I guess I had a weird reaction to the antibiotics, so I just kept throwing up until it was out of my system. But I am still taking a different antibiotic for that UTI, which is making me, it's fucking up my stomach. And I know antibiotics are bad for your intestines because it kills the healthy and the bad bacteria, but every time I eat something, my stomach grows like to a giant size, like legit. I haven't even eaten today because it's the morning. My stomach having not eaten, yeah. And I'm not saying it's huge or anything, but if I were to eat, it would go out to about like there. And this is like, it's so bloated, I don't know what's going on. Why does it look like that, you know? So yeah, that sucks. And I also just, my stomach hurts and it's just not doing so hot. So I'm still kind of recovering from all of that. And I'm hoping that it'll get better soon. I don't know. And we still don't really know. Basically, they told me that what happened with my intestines was that I had an ileus, which I'm not gonna go into all that, but I'd probably still have a little bit of an ileus, and that's why this is all happening. But yeah, so there's that. It was really fun. If anything, it motivated me to stop eating like only processed shit, because that's what I was doing. I was eating, I was not eating any vegetables or fruits or whole grains or like anything good. I was just like, oh, it's vegan, so I'm gonna eat it. And then I eat like a whole bag of chocolate chips or like a whole bag of, you know, two whole pints of vegan ice cream. Like, that's not good for your body. Like, it's not even good for your soul after a point, you know? Like, it's just not good for you anymore. Anyway, I'm really digging the way my eyes look with my hair. It's pretty cool. I wish my hair was long again. Maybe I could, ooh, I should dye my, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna dye one of my secret extensions into this color so that I can have long blue hair. Until I missed a few spots, but that's because I didn't want it to be like fully saturated, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna go now. This is literally a 12-minute clip. Yeah, so prayers for my intestines. So I'm just about to head out. I'm going to go, first of all, what is my hair? First of all, to buy another one of these hair dyes so I can dye my secret extension. It's already 3 p.m. I've been doing so much today. And then to get a couple other like medicines that I need magnesium and B6 and just like other stuff for my gut. It's freaking bloated. And then I have to run a couple other errands, and then Keenan's coming over later tonight. It's Friday the 13th. I was supposed to go to Universal Horror Nights with like my promo team, and it was gonna be super fun. We were gonna get well, they have a party bus and like just it was gonna be so much fun, like VIP shit. But I am not supposed to be really like doing anything. I'm supposed to be like healing, you know, just got out of the hospital. But so that kind of sucks. But we're gonna watch like Friday the 13th-esque Halloween movies. Probably not scary movies because neither of us like scary movies, so probably like Hocus Pocus and like Halloween Town and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm about to head out and then I need to come back and film some stuff. Yeah, but oh, this is what, let me show you what I'm wearing. So this is not the best, and this is what I'm wearing. It's actually, so when I bought it, I thought it was a dress because like it looks like a dress, right? But it's actually a romper. Like it's like, they're shorts, but it's just really flowy. Yeah, and this is quite the harsh light we got going here. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so it's actually a romper, which is pretty cool, but not that it really matters because it's still like super flowy and it's not really hiding anything. But yeah, I think it's super cute. I think it's crossed in the back or something. So, yeah, double crossies. It looks good on me right now because I'm pale, I feel. I don't know. Yeah, so that's my little outfit of the day. I haven't done that in a while. Let me know if you want to see that ever from now on. Question mark. Okay. And I'm wearing my Fenty Puma slides because they don't really match, but I just wanted to throw on some shoes, so that's the look. Hi friends, I just tried to freaking dye my extensions and it didn't work. I think because the secret extensions aren't human hair. So I wasted a whole thing of dye and it literally did nothing. So that sucks, but whatever. I'm gonna end this vlog here so I didn't get it up. Keenan's on his way over here. I'm wearing my velvet Puma hoodie, which is so comfy. And I have some work to do, and I'm also gonna be recording a podcast right now. So I used some of the dye to touch up a spot that I missed, and then now it's darker than the rest of my hair. Whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser.